Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about growing out your hair. And trust me, I know the struggle is real because I had this short butcher haircut for the longest time and it wouldn't grow out. It had been like a whole year and my hair was still at the same point where it was just butchered and chopped off. So I was getting really frustrated and I bought these extensions and I was clipping them in not only for thickness but for length, and that just sucks when you have to put them in because you hate your hair. So I know it can get really frustrating, so I did a little research and I just tried out these methods on my hair, and my hair started like shooting out of my head and it got so long so fast. So these techniques that I'm going to show you today really work well and really fast and efficient. So this video is going to be more about my techniques on how to grow my hair rather than like the products that I like to use. I'm going to do a separate video on that. That'll be like my hair care video, but I want to get this one up because I know how frustrating it can be to grow out your hair, and I want to help those of you out there who are trying to grow out your hair to grow it out. So I'm just going to jump into it because I feel like this is going to be a long video. So let's just get into it. One of the main things that will help you grow out your hair is to deep condition your hair at least once a week. I've been using coconut oil here lately and I think it works wonders, and it's really inexpensive. I believe that this whole jar right here was 15 bucks and you only need a little scoop and you're good to go. So I apply that throughout my hair. I'll save it for a day that I'm not really doing anything, so I'll save it for like a Sunday and I'll just like clean the house or, you know, just relax and watch TV, and I'll have this sitting in there moisturizing my hair, and then I'll wash it out at nighttime. So you can do that, or you can even leave it in for like 20 minutes and call it good. But I like to really deep condition my hair, so I think this works wonders, and it's really important to deep condition your hair because it just adds so much more shine and moisture to your hair and vitamins, especially coconut oil. You don't have to use coconut oil, you can really use any kind of oil. You can even warm this up and it'll be really moisturized and get right up into that cuticle. But you can even use like a store-bought or salon-bought deep conditioner too. I would recommend splurging on one because the more expensive it is, it's going to have better qualities in there. A lot of drugstore conditioners kind of water down their products, so it's not as concentrated, so you'll get more for your money if you buy something a little bit more pricey. So you can use a little less and call it good. So I definitely recommend deep conditioning your hair. So my next tip for you guys is to brush your hair. And I know that a lot of people say that it is not good for you to brush your hair, and that's true if you're using the wrong kind of brush. If you're using a brush that has really hard bristles, it's not gonna bend when you pull your hair through. It's gonna just rip your hair and it's not gonna be a pretty sight. So I got this tangle tamer and the bristles are really bendy. It's specifically made to brush your hair when it's wet. But I don't ever brush my hair when it's wet because it is so much more prone to breakage when it's wet because it stretches a lot easier. So definitely avoid brushing your hair at all costs when it's wet. I let my hair dry completely and then I brush through it after the shower. So, but once, you know, every other day I'll go through and give my head a good brush down with this brush. This gives you multiple benefits. The first benefit is that you are dispersing the natural oils that are stuck up at your scalp throughout your hair, so it won't look so oily towards your scalp. Your hair will just be a lot more shiny, and it's just really great to disperse those oils because it has a hard time traveling down the shaft, the oils do. So it's good to give it a little boost and help it get down there. So it'll really moisturize your hair and not make you look so greasy. So if you're having a greasy day, go through it and comb your hair and that'll definitely help you out. It'll also help exfoliate your scalp, so it'll get the dead skin cells off there, which will make your hair want to grow even more. It also stimulates your blood flow in your scalp, so that'll make your hair grow better too because you're getting that blood flow up there and more things are happening up there. So definitely brushing your hair has a lot of benefits to it. Just make sure you're using the right brush, because if you're using a hard bristle brush, don't do it. Just don't do it. So also it feels really good. I do it from the side and I do it from the other side, upside down, backwards, get it all directions, and it feels amazing, and you're really stimulating and encouraging hair growth. So here's a big tip that not a lot of people do, but it really works. So another tip that kind of sucks but it works really well is to trim your hair every month. and I know a lot of people hate doing that. Once your hair splits at the bottom, it's not going to stop splitting until it goes all the way up or until it breaks off. So your hair will naturally be breaking off at the ends, and it'll get really piecey and thin at the bottom, and your hair will just look really unhealthy, and it'll just naturally get shorter. So you trim your ends once a month to get rid of those ends. Any conditioner that claims that men split ends are liars, because that is absolutely impossible, and there's no way that you can mend your split ends unless you cut them off. So be sure to cut them off, otherwise your hair will give itself a natural haircut, which will be splitty and short and nasty. So a little tip that a lot of people don't really think about is to not use elastic hair ties. These cause breakage because you're putting your hair up so tight and your hair is in that position all day with, you know, the hair ties causing friction on the hair, so it's really causing breakage, and that will in turn make your hair shorter. So avoid using elastic hair ties. If you have to put your hair up, put it up loosely. Otherwise, whenever I'm at home and I want to put my hair up, I use a scrunchie, which is really, really cool, and I look really hot in it. I'm just being sarcastic, guys. I look kind of like a weirdo. But, you know, using a scrunchie or these kind of hair ties right here, this one's kind of janky because it's fuzzy, but using a soft hair tie is very important, and making sure that you put it up loosely is also important, because I went through a phase where I was putting my hair up all the time, and I realized I was having just these short little pieces down in the front. Like, I don't know if I still have it. Yeah, like this. Can you guys see this? Yeah, that's from putting my hair up. And I'm sure that probably 90% of you girls out there have these little guys here too, and you think that it's just natural baby hairs, but it's not. Because this goes up to the point where I put my ponytail, so this is breakage. And it's not cute, so we just tuck it back down there like that. And yeah, so don't put your hair up unless you have to for work or something, and if you do, use an ugly scrunchie or something soft and put it up loosely, because that will decrease breakage and keep your hair longer. So let's get a little scientific here. So our scalp produces natural oils to help reduce breakage and help spread nutrients throughout our hair. The problem with this is that it gets stuck up at our scalp, so it gives you the illusion of being a dirty pig when you're really not. And that's why people tend to wash their hair every day, which you should only be washing your hair 2 to 3 times a week. I honestly wash my hair once every like 4 days. And it'll be good. And when I do wash my hair, I only wash my scalp, because that's where the oil is, that's where the dirt is. I don't ever wash my shaft. I wash it like every other week with a detox shampoo, but we'll get into that later. This is more about just making sure that you only shampoo 2 to 3 times a week, because you're stripping your hair of natural oils, and naturally your scalp will be producing more oil to try and replace the oil that you're removing every time you shampoo. So you're going to be even more oily. So you are going to have to wash your hair every day, because your scalp is trying to replace that oil that you keep stripping from your hair. So washing your hair 2 to 3 times a week will help maintain that natural shine, and your hair will be a lot healthier and less prone to breaking. Doing this and washing your hair less, your hair will be more oily, because your scalp isn't used to the natural oil, so it'll still be producing the oils on top of the oils that you had on there before, and it just isn't going to be cute. It's not going to be cute, but in the long run your hair is going to be amazing and shiny and gorgeous. So it's just like 2 weeks that you're going to have to deal with nasty hair. So what you're going to have to do is get some dry shampoo or a hat, or figure out some really cute updos to help hide the grease in your hair. And yeah, it's going to be nasty the first couple of weeks, but you will be a happy camper if you just wait it off and wash your hair 2 to 3 times a week. Your hair will be so much healthier and so much shinier, and you're going to be really happy. So this next tip I don't personally follow myself, but it is to use a silk pillowcase, and it makes a lot of sense because your hair does get a lot of friction on your cotton pillowcases. Even if it feels soft, your hair is still getting caught on it, which is ripping off little pieces of hair throughout the night while you sleep. Silk pillowcases will reduce friction and breakage, so it's very important to have one. I don't have one. I don't know why. I should buy one, but yeah, that's another tip. So the last tip that I have for you guys is to splurge on your hair and not be stingy with it. And what I mean by that is, if you're gonna splurge on one thing beauty related, make sure that it's your hair, because your hair can get screwed up in so many ways, and it's very just a delicate thing to deal with. And there's so many things that you can just do wrong. Like, for instance, don't get box colors, splurge and have a professional do it. You can't just buy a box and say, oh, I'm gonna have blonde hair when you have black hair. It's not gonna work like that. Your hair is gonna turn orange and it's just not gonna go good. You can't just buy a box color that says brown and it's gonna be brown. You know, your hair, there's so much that goes into it, and even stylists mess up sometimes, so you need to go get it done professionally. One thing you're gonna splurge on your hair. I mean, if you're gonna buy drugstore or anything, I guess you can buy drugstore hairspray. I use drugstore hairspray a lot of the times. I like drugstore like styling products, but you know, splurge on your shampoos, splurge on your conditioners, and splurge on the oils that you put in your hair to moisturize your hair. You can tell the people who spend a lot of money on their hair, and you can tell the people who buy Suave and use box color. And I'm not trying to be a brat. It's just true, and you can tell. So, I mean, if you want to have hair that looks really long and luscious and thick and healthy, then it shows if you're splurging on it or if you're like spending a good amount of money on it. It's gonna look really good. If you're not, don't expect Beyonce hair. But yeah, I'm not trying to be brat or anything. I'm just saying that's a way that you can get really thick long hair. And if you don't want to spend the money on it, that's totally fine. Everybody spends money where they want to spend it. But if you're trying to grow it out and trying to make it look thick and healthy, that's a way that you can make it look healthy. It's just by splurging on your hair. So I think that I said all I needed to say in this video. I am sweating really bad right now because the lights are so bright. I've been talking for so long. So I hope that helped you guys out, and I will be doing a hair care video with my hair care products here coming up really soon, but I wanted to get this video up for you guys. I feel like this is going to be a long video, so I'm just going to end it right here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!